Here, Yovia,
This
you
meeting
have
is
an
being recorded.
opportunity to be both. You have an opportunity to take advantage of both. And what separates individuals from becoming a self-employed to a business owner is systems. I want y'all to understand this because to the left, this is going to be really important. And the reason I have it up is not to just talk about building a business, but I want you to understand that this involves trading too. This involves trading on how you're going to approach the market. Who are you going to be when you approach these markets? What are you going to look like when you approach these markets? Because majority of the world, if you want to be an individual who wants to impact on a whole nother level, you got to be an individual that could do something on a whole nother level, right? You got to be very unique. And majority of the world is either employed or self-employed. 95% of our world is employed or self-employed. And when you present this opportunity to individuals, you have to understand that. And you have to understand that we have an opportunity to help those individuals add additional incomes, even if they're not self-employed or employed. They're moms, they're students, they're busy. Is anybody busy throughout the day? Like, are you just sitting at your computer all day, or are you busy? Like, is anybody else busy? Like, I'm busy. When I decided to become a trader in this space, I said, okay, I'm going to take the necessary reps and time it is towards my education so that I can have freedom. Anybody want freedom? Anybody want to be able to walk away from their charts and still catch a lot of pips? Anybody doesn't want, do you not want to sacrifice? I say I didn't want to sacrifice. See, I want to talk to you guys about something. And I apologize if I get really excited, guys. This is my passion, but I want to talk to you guys about something. I am a mother of two. I am a wife. I like to travel, and my day to day normally is very, very busy. Very, very busy from the morning all the way until right now. My kids, thank God for my husband. My kids are getting ready for bed. They're ready for school tomorrow. So my life is very busy throughout the day. And if your life is very busy, a lot of people will hear the excuses, I can't because I'm busy. Well, I decided when I wanted to become a trader that I didn't want that excuse that I'm too busy to trade. I'm too busy to build this business. I can't because of X, Y, and Z. I want very minimal excuses for why I cannot change my life. I don't like excuses. My kids were my accountability. The reason I got started in this was because of my kids. I wanted to be home with my kids. I didn't want to have to go back to work. So I made a decision that I wanted to be different. So the reason that I'm explaining that to you is because if you're busy, 95% of the world is busy, but can they trade? Can they invest? Can they build a business? Absolutely. I do it. Me and my husband do it with two kids. We do it traveling. We do it owning businesses. We do this every single day. And I don't know about you, but when I looked at this, when I got started, I said, what did I want to look like when I start trading? Do I want to sit in front of my computer all day? Absolutely not. That's why it says I learned to trade from my phone. I had a newborn when I got started. So it wasn't the luxury of having to be away from my computer. I didn't have the luxury to be away from this right here. I couldn't do this. I had to either be with my son. He was crying a lot. He was always up all night. I just got no sleep all the time. And that was really hard. So I learned to trade from devices like a tablet and my phone. So if you see me with like two monitors and like the screen and all that cute stuff on my social media, it's honestly for aesthetic. It's not because I needed to see the markets. It's honestly for like marketing purposes only. If you see a cute desktop, it's strictly for marketing purposes, and you don't have to sacrifice, right? You don't have to sacrifice one thing for the other when it comes to trading. Are you going to have to sacrifice to get educated? Absolutely. But are you going to have to sacrifice when it comes to your lifestyle? Absolutely not. I don't have to risk the amount of pips I'm going to make in the market just because I want to get in and out of the market. I learned how do I maximize on pips, how do I maximize on risk to reward, and still walk away from my computer and still go live my life and still be able to do what I need to do. And I've been doing this for years. So this is the visual that I had when I got started. So 95% of the world was like Nina when she got started. They were like Nina, they're busy. There's a lot going on. So I wanted to become as an educator and as a trader. How do I make this easy for somebody who is busy? because now majority of the world is busy. Now we're going to leverage into what Eovia has to offer is being a business owner. And business owner, the difference between a business owner and self-employed is they leverage systems. Leverage systems. Do you know the most powerful IBOs, independent business owners, the people that are really running a business? Drop IBO in the chat if you are running a business. If you are really in this space for running a business, I'm talking to you guys right now because there's differences between being self-employed and being a business owner. And I think sometimes we get caught up in here, y'all. It might hurt a little bit, but I promise I love you and I'm going to love on you. When you're starting this business, you do it self-employed. You do absolutely everything. You leverage nobody, nothing. You are the person. You are it. You are the trader. You are the person doing the Zoom calls. You are the individual that is doing absolutely everything. You are not a business owner. You are self-employed. I just want to let you know that you are not leveraging anything else. You are self-employed. You are the individual that is self. Now, what we have here is we have access for you guys to leverage products and services like scanners, apps, and people that have the results that you want. I honestly, when I got started, I would not want somebody following me. I pushed everybody into the system. I pushed everybody into the education. I pushed everybody into the products and services. And hint, even as an educator building this business, I push everybody to products and services. I do not do live trading Zoom calls. I do not do any of those things. And I'm actually a product of the product. When you become a product of the product, it becomes easier to build and duplicate a business. So if you guys are utilizing the products and utilizing the services, people get results faster. Why? Because there's people like Nina, there's people like Ewell that are documented, that are years of experience, that our brains are inside of scanners like the harmonic scanner. I don't know if y'all know that scanner. That is CT's brain inside of a scanner. If you ever used it and wondered how powerful it is and how people are getting results with it, it's because it's somebody with years of experience, years of knowledge telling you, hey, look, this is how we're going to do this, and we're going to give it to the people so that the average person can open up that scanner and be able to maximize off of it. That's the power of leverage. So when you guys are utilizing our products, our apps, our services, like it feels like we don't sometimes, and it might feel like that sometimes, but it's really because we have a well-oiled machine when it comes to our products and services. Our products and services, they're working at an elite level. So if you want to be a business owner, you want to leverage these products and you want to leverage these services so that you can get people results. I never met anybody that wanted to build a business or they wanted to trade and they said, I don't want to give nobody results. I don't want to impact nobody. I never seen that. But true business owners, they understand the power of leverage, and your job is to understand the power of leverage. I'll give you two examples. I have never in my history now, again, I am not hanging out with Matthew Rosa on a Tuesday like a wall will, but I have never seen Matthew Rosa go inside of any chat and say, hey guys, I'm going to get on Zoom call. I'm going to open up a trading view chart for you. Doesn't mean he doesn't invest. Doesn't mean he doesn't trade. That's two polar opposite things. He still invests and he still trades. That doesn't equate. Just because he don't get on a Zoom call and trade with you doesn't mean he's not doing it. But he understands, and he's the top of this company. Is anybody at the top of this company doing that? No. Why? Garrett Roberts. He said it out of his own mouth. He said, you couldn't pay me enough to get on a Zoom call with you to trade for you. We have people that do this. Business owners understand leverage, and they're leveraging individuals with results so that their people get the best results. And if you want your people to get the best results, you leverage these systems. You leverage people like me. You leverage people like AWOL. You leverage people like everybody that's on the products, Levels, Orn, right? All those individuals, you leverage those people. That is the power. And if you want your business to duplicate and go faster, that is what you do. That is what me and my husband do, because you cannot be a business owner without a system, without leverage. When I started I started working at 15. I worked at Domino's. There is a system in place for a 15-year-old like me to make your food and answer your phones. How is the CEO in there doing that? No, they're not. They're utilizing me as a 15-year-old and they're paying me, but they have a system in place to know that it's going to be a well-oiled machine so that their Domino's is not on fire. Their Domino's is not falling apart with this 15-year-old. They have it down to a system. So that is the idea of business owning. And now the investor part. We all want to be investors. We all want to make money. That is the power of what we have in front of us. So I'm going to get into the trading side. How do we get to a place where we can build our business and we can still trade and we can do both by impacting in both ways. Y'all follow me so far? Y'all good so far? I didn't hurt nobody's ego just yet. I pray I didn't. I'm only here to love on you. I'm only here to help you guys. So trading, what do you want to be in trading? This is the first thing I asked myself. This is the first thing that I wanted to know when it came down to what I wanted my trading to look like, who I wanted to be, what was the life that I wanted to see myself. Most people are miserable trading because it feels like a job. Most people don't want to get up and trade because it feels like a job. This does not feel like a job to me 7 years in. This is a lot of fun. Actually, I'll openly admit, it doesn't matter if I'm stressed. I don't care if life's happening to me. It actually excites me when I get on the chart. Life, it's like I go into a different world when I'm on a chart and I'm trading and I'm doing what I need to do as an educator. It puts me in a whole different world because I'm called with a purpose. I was called to do this. I was called to help people. So it doesn't matter what's happening in my life. I actually get really excited when I open a chart. It feels like life just goes on pause. And my real life, my virtual reality, my real life is right in front of me when it comes to the charts. So it excites me. So I want you guys to start here. Who do you want to be in trading? Because if you're an individual that trading feels like a job, we need to change that. And we need to change that quickly because it shouldn't feel like a job. Making your money make money should never feel like a job. It should never be giving you gray hairs. It should not. It should be exciting to you. So what do you do when you're learning yourself, when you're figuring it out? Okay, so figure out first, who do you want to be? What lifestyle do you want to have? How do you want to look? The life that I lived today was exactly to the T of the system and how I wanted trading to look like for me when I got started. I wanted freedom. And sitting on a chart all day is not freedom. It's just another job. It's just like me being at my office when I worked in car and home insurance. So that wasn't freedom to me. I wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to be mobile. I wanted to be moving, but I didn't want to sacrifice my ability, my skill set. I wanted to be really good at this. I wanted risk reward to be really good. I wanted catching pips to be really good. I wanted my entries to be precise. I wanted to be able to do all of this from something that I can take with me no matter where I'm at. I don't leave this thing. I do not leave my phone. My phone goes with me everywhere. It's like my heart. Literally, I have a heart attack if I walk out the door without it. Like, oh my God, I don't got my phone. I gotta hurry up and go back and get my phone. That is how we are with our phones. So what I decided was, you got to figure out how to see what you see inside the markets through a phone. It's all programming. We are all programmed individuals. So I decided, okay, the device that will be with me no matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, will be my phone. So that I don't even need a laptop. I don't need my desktop. I don't need anything. I can be on the go trading. That was my idea when it came to what I wanted it to be. I wanted freedom. I'm a mom on the go. I take my kids to school. I'm ripping, running around doing errands. It's just a lot throughout the day. So I knew my reality would be, okay, if I can sit and discipline myself in trading so I can get the skill set, that's going to take sacrifice. That's going to take time. But my 16-hour days studying and on the charts reverted to my freedom, where I don't spend more than 30 minutes on a chart for me to get inside of a trade idea. See, that's where you got to pay attention to. See, I never said you wasn't going to sacrifice. It's just in the beginning you sacrifice so you can get to where you want to be. So who do you want to be in trading? Identify specifically, what does your lifestyle look like? Because there's a lot of times where I meet scalpers and I have a lot of friends in the trading space, and I'll talk to them and they're like, Nina, I think it's time for me to learn how to either swing trade or intraday trade, because I can't sit in front of my computer like this for 2, 3 hours, 4 hours, like I've been doing for the last 5 years, 6 years. And I said, well, you didn't think about that when you first started trading. And most people don't. Most people don't. They're looking to make money. They're looking to get into the markets. But now 5 years, 6 years, 7 years later, they're like, I kind of want my freedom now. This kind of feels a little bit too much like a job. And my reality to them is, okay, well, you got to start learning how to see higher time frames. You got to start learning how to identify inside the market, the overall movements, so that you can take advantage of the markets without having to sit in front of your computer all day. So they start to transition into day trading, swing trading over time. It doesn't happen right away, but over time they start to realize if this is not what they want to do for 2 to 3, 4 hours in front of their computer, they learn how they have to expand themselves into the next phase of their trading. So their freedom comes with a little bit of a price, but you want to identify exactly who you want to be. You want to know exactly who you want to be moving forward, what lifestyle you want to live. I already knew I was going to be traveling. I already knew I was going to be a mom. I already knew my life day to day was going to be hectic. I already knew it was going to be very limited, and I wanted my freedom. I knew that. So I started to identify specifically not just what type of trader I am, not just what type of R I wanted to do, not just what type of pairs I wanted to trade. I wanted to envision my life and my lifestyle. And does trading fit that? And the reason for 7 years in, trading does not get boring to me. Trading is still a lot of fun. Trading is still like if I woke up for the first time and I'm learning this all over again, trading still feels like that for me. And the reason it does is because I created trading to fit the lifestyle I wanted, not figure out trading and then try to adjust my lifestyle. That's not what it did. I made trading fit who I want it to be. And that is the power that we have because our markets are open 24 hours, 5 days a week. So I want you guys to start noting and identifying who you want to be inside the market. What does your life look like when you are successful? Do you want to sit in front of your computer for 2, 3, 4 hours? Set a schedule if that's who you want to be. But don't sit here and be here for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day. Like, no, identify that. Know who you are. What does your schedule look like in the future you, the successful trader you, in a year from now? In 2 years from now, in 5 years from now, if you don't have kids, when you do have kids, what does that look like for you? Could I still trade while having kids? Could I still trade if I'm married? If I find my significant other? Could I still trade if I decide to travel the world? Could I still trade if I decide to go own a business or start real estate or whatever else it is that you feel passionate about? Could I still trade if the things I want out of this start to come to fruition? Could I still utilize this as a vehicle? And the answer should be yes, if that's the vision of you making trading fit the lifestyle you want. All right. If it's true freedom you want, guys, if it's true freedom you want to learn how to read markets on higher time frames. If it's true freedom that you want to learn. This is why I teach you guys the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. The reason I do that is to prepare you guys so that regardless of not just market conditions, regardless of where you are from right now to where you want to be 5 years from now, you can still utilize it as a vehicle to generate income, to compound your money, to elevate yourself. I'm sorry. I'm back, guys. Okay, guys, so how do we get freedom in trading? You need a plan. You need a plan. You need a trading plan specifically. Because if you don't have discipline, guys, you're not going to grow your account consistently. You're not going to be able to compound your account where you want it to go. It's great to have the wins. It's great to feel the accuracy, right? It's great to celebrate your wins. It's great when that's happening. But if you want to do this thing long term, I ain't talking about for a day. I'm not talking about being successful for a week. I'm not talking about being successful for a month. I'm talking about over a course of a year, and then roll over that year into your next year and still can see consistent growth. I'm not talking about what's happening right now in the moment. I know we love what's happening in the moment. We're excited about what's happening in the moment. Celebrate what's happening in the moment. I'm not against that at all. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate your growths. Celebrate your disciplines. Yeah, you put a stop loss and it hit your stop loss. Celebrate your disciplines. Celebrate that, you know what, I might have lost, but thankfully I know how to use risk management, and thankfully I'm utilizing stop losses. That's a win. Celebrate those milestones. You got to change the way you look at trading, your perspective in trading. Everybody loses. Even me, I'm only 90%. So that 10% I'm losing. So I lose in the markets too. Nobody's 100%. Nobody's 100%. So how do we get to a place where we celebrate even those lessons, even along the journey? You have to learn to celebrate those things that you're creating discipline for, because it's the discipline that's going to get you to where you want to be. It's the discipline that's going to get you to your future self. It's the discipline that's going to get you to where whatever it is you want to buy, you can buy. You know how good it feels? I just want to, I'm not giving no income claims, but you know how good it feels, because I was a poor little girl growing up. I was a girl that, I couldn't just get what I wanted. Your parents couldn't afford it, so you couldn't get it. Type of conversations were happening in my household. And I knew even when I was working, like, hey, I'm limited on what I can buy because I don't have enough money. Everybody's been there at some point in their life. And let me tell you, you know how good it feels when you can walk into whatever store you like and just not have to worry about how much it's going to cost. Do you know how good that feels? So when you're hitting those stop losses, when you're getting the hurts of what discipline takes to create the good habits, I want you to envision the car dealership that you could walk into and ain't nobody going to deny you for that car that you want, or the store you want to walk into. For me, I was happy when I was like, I ain't got to worry about how much I'm spending on my kids' clothes. I don't got to worry about what school clothes, winter clothes, summer clothes. When I go shopping, I shop till I drop and don't even double think about it. For my kids, this is what I did this for. I'm not even talking about the crazy stuff. I'm talking about normal life stuff. Because before, I would have to worry about how much I spent or how much I could go for my kids' shopping. It was just how it was, right? My resources were limited, so I would have to limit myself on, okay, I would shop here, I would shop there. I think AWOL called us that week that we were shopping for our kids, and he's like, "You're still shopping for your kids?" And my husband's like, "Yeah, Nina just goes out of control," and I do, but it's because I can. So can you imagine just the small things in life, not nothing crazy, the small things in life when you can not worry about how much groceries is going to cost, not worry about your mortgage next month, if you could pay it or not. I'm talking about real life problems that day to day happens when you get to that place. So I'm telling you guys, to your future you. I'm not talking to the current you. I'm talking to the future you. So those pains of discipline that you're going through now, this is the only market that's unlimited income potential. This is the only one. So when I tell you that you're going and going to grow through those pains because you're trying to get to something different, I'm letting you know that you got to celebrate those pains. You got to celebrate those small losses, because it's creating good habits so that you can get to where you want to be. These stop losses hitting, me using risk management, me not over leveraging my account, me not blowing my account this time, is a win, because I'm learning now good habits to get to where I want to be, to get to that unlimited income potential that the market has to offer. Does that make sense? And you need experience in the market. Like, you have to practice in order to get good. Guys, I tell you guys this all the time. When I started trading, I used no stop loss because I wanted to be right all the time. But I wasn't making any money. I just wanted to be right. And the second I learned to change that, I started making money. I was like, Nina, this doesn't even make any sense. Like, you just want to be right, but then that one loss is blowing your whole account. Are you crazy? Like, this is not what it is. So when you are losing in risk management, you're losing with stop losses, you live to trade another day. And guess what happens? Your account can still build from that moment on. Your account can still grow from that moment on. So you have to learn to appreciate these small things that you're doing every single day that you're going to make yourself get to a place that you want to be. Does that make sense? So you need experience. You need to get practice. You need a journal, your stats. You know, your stats will build your confidence or break your confidence. A lot of you guys cannot walk away from your computer, your trade, anything, because you lack confidence in the market, because you know the bad habits you've been doing. I've been there. I've been there when I've entered trades and, I'm in the shower and I'm kind of peeking at my phone and I'm like, and then I can't go to the bathroom without holding my phone in front of my face, or I can't go to sleep without one eye open. Like, oh my God, I kind of fell asleep for 30 minutes, but I'm still in this trade. Hold on. I've done all of that, all of the above. And it's because I lack confidence, because I lacked understanding understanding what I was doing day to day inside of the system. I lacked understanding how good or bad am I inside of these markets. I didn't journal, and then I learned to journal. So start journaling your journey so that you can start to pick apart those bad habits that you're doing so you can get better. So journaling will give you statistics, and your statistics will give you confidence. And confidence will build your mentality to a point that even if you're losing, even if the market cannot convince me to change J7. You want to know why? Because J7 works 90% of the time. It catches an average of 350 pips per trade. I know statistics. I know my data. I know what it looks like. So I understand that not even the market, even if I'm having a bad week, it cannot convince me to change my system because I know my system works. I trust my system. I do it over and over and over again. And there's thousands of trades to prove, documented statistically, what it looks like long term. So am I going to be mad about losing today or this week when I know by the end of the quarter I'm going to be up a couple 100% on my account? I'm not going to be mad. By the end of the year, I'm going to be up, I'm not going to say, but that percentage at the end of the year, I'm not going to be mad about those losses. I'm not going to be mad because I know my stats and I trust my system. I've seen it long term. I've seen it through thousands and thousands of trades. I average anywhere from 536 trades a year to 622 trades a year. So out of a whole year, I'm 90% on hundreds of trades, and I've been doing this for 7 years. That's 7 years worth of data that I know that I'm going to take hundreds of trades, and long term, it's going to be successful, even if I'm having a bad week, even if it's not working out for me this week. So you got to know that so that you can build into where you want to be. So my question to you guys, and this is really funny, but my question to you guys is, can you trade? Can you sleep through your trade? If you were to enter a trade right now that confirmed all of your confirmations, will you be able to go to sleep peacefully? That means not looking at your phone. You're trusting it to hit your TV. You're trusting it to go your way. Could you confidently be peacefully sleeping? Not one eye really sleeping, not like, oh man, it's in, it's open, hold on. Not that, but could you peacefully sleep and walk away? If my phone died on a flight, I'm not scared. I'm not like, oh my God, phone died on a flight. I was in this trade. I'm not doing none of that. I was probably doing that when I first started. But if my phone dies, which it dies a lot now because, I'm working on making sure I have my battery pack. My husband's always with all the extras. But honestly, my phone dies a lot now. I'm always on it. So I don't care though. And I'll be in trades. And then by the time I open my phone back up, I made money. And I'm like, oh, well, that couldn't happen on day one, but could you honestly, without looking at your phone, if somebody took your phone, if your phone died at that moment that you got into a trade where your stop loss and TPs in place, would you trust it? Could you trust it? Would you be peaceful? Would you have peace of mind through it? When you get to that place where you have peace of mind, when you get to that place where you're like, you know what? I don't even need to look at my phone. I know what this is going to do. I trust myself. I trust my system. You have gone to a whole nother level inside of your trading. And that right there is the key feeling, and that's why I'm telling you guys, it's the key feeling that you're going to know that you can walk away from your computer, you can walk away, and you could go live your life. You could go to work and not worry about it. You can go enjoy life and not worry about it. When you get that key feeling, that over and over and over again, if my phone were to run away and I'm in this trade and that's the only device I have, and I'm okay with whatever it is the trade's doing, you can peacefully learn to trade from your phone and live your life. You officially have freedom. You officially have freedom from the markets. You officially are excited. So people think because I trade from my phone, I don't catch a lot of pips. People think naturally, I don't catch a lot of pips. She has to sacrifice something. Maybe she's not catching as many pips. Maybe she's not seeing the real moves inside the markets. Maybe she's sacrificing her accuracy. I sacrifice nothing. I call my strategy the triple threat for a reason. Accuracy, R to R, and big pip. I do all three. I do all three, and I've learned to do that over time. So we got to build confidence. We got to build into this. So start journaling, start disciplining yourself, writing rules, being strategic about your gains, because being strategic about your gains is like having a business plan for your business. If you don't have one, if you don't have a trading plan that's so detailed that you know your risk management, you know how many pips your stop loss is, what the percentages you're going to lose on every trade, how you're going to compound your account, how your account's going to grow, trade to trade, day to day, you don't have a business in investing. You're just getting in the markets and gambling. When you build a business, you need a business plan. You got to know who your target audience is. You got to know if you're a brick and mortar, where you're going to put your business, who the individuals are going to be coming through that place is going to be, what your marketing techniques, how do you get people through the door. It's so detailed if you want a successful business. Now, if you want to wing your business, you're not going to have a successful business. It's going to fail. Anything that you just wing, it fails. So if you don't have a trading plan so detailed to learn how to compound and grow your account long term, you need one, and you need to do it like now, not yesterday, not like right now. Like if you don't know the pairs you're trading day to day, you don't know the times you're trading, you don't know your schedule, you don't know anything, you don't know your risk management, you don't know what lot sizes you're using, you don't know how to count pips, you don't know what percentages of your account you're risking, you don't know any of those things, you don't know what strategy you're using, what confirmations you're going to follow day in and day out. You don't know those things, you got to start writing it down. And as crazy as this sounds, you got to write it down, because you got to know your bad habits to get to your good habits so that you can be successful. Does that make sense? All right. Let me see. I think this is in the way, so I'm trying to get to this. So now this is the end of my journey. This is the end of my journey. So 7 years ago, I was panicking. 7 years ago, I was stressed. 7 years ago, I was trying to figure out trading and I was frustrated. 7 years ago, I was doubting. 7 years ago, I lacked belief. 7 years ago, I did a lot of things that a lot of you are going to go on this journey through. And those are the key things that I just explained to you guys that changed my trading, that made me successful, that made me long-term where I am today. So 7 years ago, I was in a place where I didn't have a whole lot of income coming in. I was actually fired. I didn't have no income coming in. It was all on my husband. And 7 years ago, I made a decision to start in this journey. And this is what I envision my trading to look like. This is what I wanted trading to look like. So you see to the left, if you could see over here, my husband, and I was like, I'm kind of glad you took these pictures, because I don't even know he was taking these pictures. He just was taking them. And my husband was taking these pictures because he was watching me trade. And he was like, people wouldn't believe you that you literally mark up and send ideas from your phone unless you start documenting it. So he started taking these pictures and I started laughing. I'm like, I'm kind of glad you do it, because people would not believe me that I sit in a movie theater and I send you guys great ideas to an app. They wouldn't believe me. So I'm on a flight. This is actually about to go to a regional. And if you guys are going to Miami, I will see you in Miami and I'll tell you exactly how J7 works, because I get to teach it to you guys in Miami step by step. So if you guys are going to events, are important, guys. Events is what made me elevate. Events is what made me get better. So if you're not going to events, you better get your tickets now to your events. I'm just letting you know, even if you're just a trader, right? I was just a trader and I went to my first convention and it elevated me to a whole nother level. So those rooms really do elevate you. But this is my freedom. This is the vision that I see for myself. This is me about to go to a regional in Arizona last April. This is me getting on the plane and I'm like on my phone. I'm on my phone and I'm marking up the chart to send this gold trade idea that went for 227 pips by the time I landed from that flight. By the time I landed, it was already hitting for 227 pips. And this was before I was on an app. This was in Go Social. I would send my trade ideas through Go Social. This is me on vacation, hanging out by the pool, and this is me on Blaze. So this is my first trade idea ever that I've given you an entry, stop loss, and TP on the actual app for you guys to leverage. I'm sitting by the pool on my phone, marking this up and sending this out to the app. That is what I'm doing with entry, stop loss, and TP. Did I risk R? Did I risk pips? Did I risk any of those things? No. This right here, I've seen you guys in January. I'm back again now, and we're in April. This is to date percentage returns to date. And that's like on my lowest percentage gains of my accounts. I try to give you the lowest ones. So that is not the lowest account size, the lowest of my percentage gains. And we're only in April. What do you think I'm about to do heading into December? What if your account was up 200%? Well, what could you do with that? What could you leverage now if your account grew 200% in 4 months? How much bigger could your lot size get? How much bigger could your account get in leverage and still be in risk management? Your growth over time. Over time, I'm not talking about a day. I'm not talking about one trade. I'm talking about true freedom of learning the skill set of how to compound. I want you guys to understand that. One thing I do is I walk it like I talk it. When I talk to you guys and I say what I do, I really do what I say I do. I don't lie to you guys. I really am compounding my account over and over and over again. My accounts, because I have multiple of them. I have 5 to be exact. I'm compounding all of my accounts every single day. I'm actively in these markets. I'm actively growing my account. It's not, hey, I just had one win and it's going for the rest of the year. We're 4 months in and my account is still growing. I think the first one I showed you guys, I was at like, I don't know, 50%. There's nobody, nowhere, no savings account, nothing that will give you this amount of percentage gains. But if you learn to commit to your process, if you learn to utilize your products, if you learn to leverage the systems that are in place for you guys to win, you will get results a lot faster, a lot quicker, and you can withdraw a lot faster and a lot quicker, and you can get to those gains that you really want a lot faster and a lot quicker. This is my racehorse. We have 4 of them. Me and my husband have 4 of them. This is my Rolls Royce of the racehorses. He was $200,000 to buy. This is him on race day. And I sent the trade idea on race day to Blaze, entry stop loss and TP. And by the time we got out to his race, this was the trade idea. It had hit all 3 targets for 590 pips. This was our entry. It never went red. It was just blue the whole time. And I'm out and about. I'm literally about to watch one of my horses race that day. And they're not cheap. They're not, but this is my, I have him with my daughter because this is my daughter's horse. This is her baby. This is that's her bestie, right? He is her bestie. So when I tell you guys, what do you want your life to look like? When I tell you guys, what does it visually look like for you guys? What do you want to see your life be? Where do you want to go? Right? What is it that you want out of your life? It could be, Nina, I just want more time. Trading can provide that. I want to run a business. Guess what? You could trade and run a business. I'm trying to teach you guys a skill set that's going to get you guys to the next level so that you guys don't even have to be in front of this to win and to win big and to win consistently. I'm doing this all from my phone. I do this all from my phone. 9 out of 10, I'm either laying in my bed sending you trade ideas, or I'm in the car picking up my kids sending trade ideas, or I'm at one of my horses' events sending trade ideas, or I'm on vacation or about to get on a flight and I'm still sending trade ideas. My life in trading doesn't stop because life is happening. Life should not stop when life is happening. So where do you want to be in your trading? Who do you want to be when it comes to trading? How do you want to be when it comes to trading? Because the reason I created J7 was for freedom. The reason I created the strategy was to maximize. I believe in abundance. I believe in excellence. I believe in elevation. I believe in people truly getting to the whole thing and not just part of it, not just a little bit, because I believe my Father is very abundant. My Father lacks nothing. So if he lacks something and he wants me to be abundant, why should I be in scarcity and why should I stop halfway? Why should I do that? Why should I stop halfway? Why should I not push myself to be the best version of myself so that for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I can continue to elevate and grow and live my life? This is trading for me. The reason I get so passionate is because I'm a mom of 2 and I get to live my life. Me and my husband get to live our lives, and we don't get to live our lives slaving over a computer. That is the power of freedom. When I speak to people about building this business, I'm speaking freedom to them. I'm speaking passion to them. I'm speaking future to them. I'm speaking to them saying you don't have to sit all day in front of a computer to make X amount of money. You can do this straight from your phone. You don't got money for a desktop? Cool. That's fine. I can teach you how to trade from your phone. I can teach you how to use and leverage your phone to get you to the next level. You don't have enough money to get, it's okay. We're going to do it from your phone. It's okay if I just download this app. It goes straight to your phone. Here's some numbers that you could put in. Download it. People need freedom. People want freedom. People are trying to figure out this community, trying to figure out this space all alone. No. This is the easiest way for people to get access, the simplest way. Copying from somebody who knows what they're doing. Copying from somebody who's going to help them get to their next level. Just copying from somebody who already has paid a price while they're learning and paying their own price. That's the easiest that you're going to get inside of trading. It's not hand me your money and I'll trade it for you. That don't work. You're going to get scammed. I'm sorry. You're getting scammed if somebody says that to you. It doesn't work. When the easiest way you're going to get into this is getting skin in the game, doing it yourself, and guess what? Just copying from experts, utilizing the tools, getting to a place where you can utilize tools so that you can find your freedom, right? So that's the end of my little segment. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So you guys, I want you guys tonight to figure out who you want to be inside of trading. Where do you want to be inside of trading? Whether it's financially, whether it's lifestyle, whether it's I just want to be home with my kids, I just want to retire, I just want to figure this out. There's nobody that is too busy in this space that doesn't want to learn this. My dad is a business owner. My dad makes a lot of money. He makes lots of money. He is very, very, very well off now. He worked very, very hard. But he's a business owner and he still trades with me. He still does this company. I have my dad, who's a business owner, who sits with 350 million plus and billionaires in business meetings, and he isn't too busy to do Eovia. He isn't too busy to say, you know, I can copy from an app. I can do that. He's not too busy. So when you have access, and people who understand this, people who understand I got access to something that is going to change my situation, they don't make excuses about it. They step up into it. They walk into it. The same reason you're making an excuse is the same reason you should be doing this. The same reason you're saying, oh, I can't because of X, Y, and Z. See, I did this because I couldn't see my kids suffer. I did this because I couldn't not be home with my son. I did this because I was tired of crying because I was pulling up to work, and yes, I was making six figures, but that six figures was at a cost of not being present for my kids. That six figures was at a cost for me not being there to tuck my kids in at night. That six figures was at a cost. So is that cost more important than your freedom? Is that cost more important for where you need to go? Because I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care how long trading takes for you to get it. I don't care how long you got to get on a go live session. You got to open up a scanner to make this make money for you. I don't care how long it takes, because there's no price on your time. There's no price on your freedom. There's no price that anybody could ever put on me to tell me that that's worth leaving my kids. That's worth being away from my children. I thought at the time that it was worth it, but I felt it every minute of the day. When I would drop my daughter off at daycare, I would call my husband crying. He is the only witness that has seen it from beginning. I would call my husband crying, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm watching her cry every single day I take her to daycare. I cannot do this anymore. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how we're going to do this, but I cannot work. I cannot do this, but God made a way. See, God already knew my heart. He knew what I wanted to do. He made a way. And everybody that's on this call, he made a way for you too. He gave you Eovia. He gave you access to individuals like myself, access to individuals like your leaders that are dying to help you win. They want to see you win. They're trying to give you access to them so you can win. I could literally not talk to a soul how much money I make in the markets. I could be selfish. And that's what traders are. They're selfish. If you don't want to share this information, you're selfish. You don't want to tell somebody else about this business, you're selfish. You don't want to tell somebody else you have access to millionaires, you're selfish. Traders can be selfish. I am a trader. I'm telling you from experience that it is easier for me to sit on my phone and give a trade idea and sit here and do nothing than it is to go tell somebody else who is struggling struggling, who is trying to find a way, but they don't know the next way, who is trying to figure out what life is going to be like because they don't understand it. I could be selfish. And traders, I want y'all to hear me. This business is meant for you to help people, not for you to hold this. You're not supposed to hold this gift that God gave us so that it can be only for you. For you. It's myself. Who are you? You have to share this information because I'm going to tell you, if you're waiting to get results for yourself, it's never going to happen because you're so self-centered. It's not going to happen. You're waiting to get results. My trading got to be good. That's like a lot of me. My trading got to be good. I got to do this. I got to show them my profits. I got to show them my withdrawals. I got to me. You know, the person that showed this to my husband didn't have end trading results individually. He was getting it from the scanners. He was getting his results from the products and services, but he opened his mouth. He opened his mouth and told my husband, and my husband opened his mouth and told me, and now I'm the only female foreign exchange educator on this platform for the last 7 years. Do you understand what I'm telling you guys? You have to understand that the next person you're going to open your mouth to about this business, the next person that's in your business, you need people who are you. This is you. This is you. People as you can, because I'm gonna tell you right now. Results. Right out this space. Then who's already making money? Started learning the skill set. Who's already doing this? So if they would have kept their mouth shut, I would still be working a job. I would still be figuring it out. So the person that you're going to go tell this business to, stop worrying about your ego. Stop worrying about your identity. Stop worrying about that. If they're going to ask you where your results at, tell them come talk to me. Tell them to come see 200% in a quarter. Tell them to come see 90% accuracy. Tell them to come see me because I'm a product of the product that y'all gonna come get trades from, not you. Tell them to come see me, and I'm gonna tell you how many people got good stats like me. Very few. There's very few people in this trading space, and I say that with confidence, that there's very few people in this trading space that can go toe to toe with me trading. There's very few people that can do what I do inside of this space with risk to reward, with accuracy and pips. Are you kidding me? Nobody's showing you their percentage gains over 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year. They're not willing to show you that. You want to know why? Because they're blowing your accounts, but they're selling you a course. They're blowing their accounts, but they're selling you trading. They're blowing their accounts, but they're letting you know that they're the expert. No. We're here to let you know that you're here to leverage the real experts. You're here to leverage the real individuals that are really doing this. And your educators are really doing it. Your educators are really putting everything that they're saying they're doing. That's why your products work. That's why they work to the ability that they work. Stop making this about you and start making it about other people. Start serving other people because they're going to come across this information and you might just have another in your business that's going to explode from this. You might just have the next Matthew Rosa in your business. You might just have the next Tia. You might just have the next Neno. You might just have the next AWOL. It ain't about you. You got to move out the way so that you can be blessed. Start blessing people with this information and stop worrying about what people are going to say about you. Who cares? Are they going to pay your bills? To pay your bills? Are they going to pay your you want that care? She don't trade, but she's just building. She don't trade, but she's just building. People say that about me. She don't trade, she's just building. And I said, show me your results because I run it one-on-one with you. And then they see it on their page and they're like, dang, I can't go toe-to-toe with her. Let me be quiet. There ain't no trolls coming for me. And if they come for me, I'm coming right back at them to let them know. And they can't stand it. They can't stand the heat, so they stay out the kitchen. They walk away. So you got to understand, people are always going to talk bad about you because people, you know, so funny. My husband told me this. He said, you know, the saying that dogs don't bark dogs only bark at moving cars. Y'all know that? Dogs don't bark at cars that are sitting still. Dogs only bark at moving cars. So the haters only barking at you because they see the light that is in you. They see you shining and they see you moving and they see you elevating. Use that as fuel to keep elevating. Use that as fuel to keep innovating. Use that as fuel to keep going to the next level. Because I'm telling you right now, those people do not pay your bills. Those people are not helping you get to the next level. Those people are not telling you, yo, I got access to millionaires. I got access to six-figure earners. I got access all from home. They're doing it from their phone. Those people ain't putting you in position to win. Those people are not putting you in position to get to the next level. But here at Eovia, everybody that you are surrounded by, from your educators to your leaders, they are all putting you in a position to win. They're all putting you in a position to be the next seven-figure earners. They're all putting you in a position so that when you walk into the car that you want to go get, when you want that Rolls Royce, you want that Bentley, these people right here are going to put you in a position that when you walk in there, when you go look for your house, you don't got to figure out, oh, I can only afford this much house. You're going to say, no, I'm going to afford the house that I want, and I'm going to build the house that I want, and I'm going to have the cabinets I want, and I'm going to have the yard that I want, and I'm going to have the pool that I want, and I'm going to have one side of my house. Because the people here are putting you in position to get there. Your network is huge. You have to understand this. I'm attached because of my father. I'm attached to people who make 350 million or more. Listen to me when I tell you this. There's billionaires that I sit with at these racehorses events. I sit with billionaires, but my network is what gets me in those rooms. So you might not be there at the $1 billion mark. I'm not at the $1 billion mark, but I sit with a billionaire. And I have conversations with this individual, and they're constantly pouring in different ideas to me and telling me what I'm doing. Yo, what you're doing is right. I started in Wall Street. That's where I started. What you're doing, you're on a whole nother level. You got to understand people that you're surrounded with is going to elevate you or they're going to drown you. And you got to figure out, are they going to be the ball and chain that's going to pull you down? Or are they going to be the lifeguard that's going to pull you up? You got to figure out where you want to be. And right now, where you're at in Eovia, these people are going to pull you up. These people are going to put you in position to win. These people are going to get you to the next level. These people are going to make sure that you don't got to go to work so that you don't got to say bye to your kids. These people are going to make sure that you can buy the house that you want. These people are going to make sure, yeah, it's going to be a process. Yeah, it's going to be some growing pains. But these people right here, I'm talking from myself and I'm talking for everybody on here that I get to sit with every single week. I sit with my fellow educators and we pour our hearts out every single session because we want to see you win like we win. We want to see you grow like we grow. The leaders in this business, the passion and the heart that they have for you guys to win. They're not telling you to build this business for their own gain. We grow together. We win together. That is the name of this game. Do you know that you can outrank your leader? Do you know that if you take this serious, you can outrank your leader? So yeah, they're not really benefiting from you. Everybody thinks like you're using me for something. You know you can if you go harder than your leader, you can outrank them. So how are they benefiting from you? They want to pour into you every single minute of the day. Every single minute of the day. And why are they doing it? Because they want to see you win like they win. They want to see you in those rooms like they're in those rooms. They want to see you win at a whole nother level. I want to see you guys being on flights, traveling the world, doing whatever it is you want to do from your phone. Because we got access to that. That's what you got access to. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. Y'all didn't get Rowdy Nina all night. Y'all got it at the end. But I appreciate you guys. If you were not going to Miami, y'all better make sure you get in the room because that is where the room of individuals that are elevating you and going to help you win are going to get you to the next level. So I appreciate you guys so much. I will see you all in Miami. I will be there, and I love to see you guys winning. I can't wait to hear you guys continue to win. I'm really excited for you guys to keep going and growing to the next level, and I will see you all up until next time. I appreciate you guys.